Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon back for another video on Marvel Strike Force, possibly the second in the same day. Now, there's a few things that I want to talk about in this video because I think it's important and I can't wait. And that is that Old Man Logan trials are in game. We can take a look at the milestones. We obviously can't start it until tomorrow at 2 p.m. But we can get a good idea of what's happening, especially the rewards that are on the milestones. I want to take a look at the tokens that are available on there. I also want to talk about in the other half of the video some data mines. There's been a lot, honestly. Data mines have been coming out yesterday. I put up on my Discord server and today as well. There is an upcoming poll which is going to be determining the next character on the Man Thing Karen team, which honestly at this point in time I actually think this is going to be the Mystic Raid team. I think there's enough evidence in my opinion to suggest that, all the characters so far are Mystic. I think that is just, we're circling I was going to say circling the drain, but we're kind of pretty much there. So I think it's definitely the Mystic Raid team. So I do want to talk about what other characters might be coming to this team and all that and the Logan stuff. So if you're ready to go, let's boil this down. So if you go into the events screen, you can see the Old Man Logan trials. It's going to start tomorrow. And I think what's really interesting is that there is 15 milestones, which in my opinion are basically the 15 difficulties that are going to be available in this trial. And so in the beginning, it's nothing too super fancy. There's actually a lot of these gear credits for what it's worth if you need them. But all the way up until difficulty 8 / milestone 8, where you're going to unlock the first Logan, which is 4 yellow Logan. And you can see it doesn't actually it says 0, but it's a 4 yellow token. And you're also going to get level 50 gear tier 5 in abilities 5553. So this is our first look at tokens. And there was a blog actually, you know what? I forgot to bring that up. We'll take a look at that. There was a blog regarding tokens, TLDR on the token side of things. It looks like we might get tokens for OG Wolverine and Sunfire as related to the Alpha Flight Showcase event, which is probably going to be sometime next week. So if you haven't touched them, don't touch them yet because you might get free upgrades on them when the Showcase event goes live next week for Alpha Flight. So just keeping a heads up on that one. So I wouldn't do anything with them. And so this is kind of what it looks like when you click on the token, and it kind of tells you what kind of upgrades you're going to get. Now we kind of knew that the bear unlock for Logan was going to be D8, which I think is, correlates with milestone 8. And then we can see here then with D9 and D10, you get 1 and 2 red for free there. I guess once you do that, and this is the cap for free to play. 4 yellow and then 2 red if you do D10. And I think this is without packs. So just like they said for the 4 yellow unlock, it's a D8 with no packs. I think this is D10 with no packs. But of course, you're not going to be able to get to milestone 11, which is the 5 yellow Logan, but you're also getting a little bit more. You're getting a gear 9 upgrade for what it's worth, and 5553. I think that's the same, but you can see star rank 5. He's a bear. I think the reason why it says it doesn't say anything on the star rank is because he is a 4 yellow unlock anyway, so I think that's what it's giving you. And so that's going to be on D11, but you do need 5-star Cabal and at a time, like I mentioned in my previous videos. So if you're capped out on free to play, if you're not 5 yellow on all the characters, I think that if you do D10 with all packs, you're going to get somewhere just shy of milestone 11, right? It's not going to let you get the next milestone. So I'll imagine that the score will be somewhere less than 3.3 million for what it's worth. And then you can see the rest of the milestones here, 12, 13, 14, and 15. It's just some red gear. It's actually nothing too crazy in my opinion. This one, these ones are okay, but like the other ones, like milestone 12 and 13, it's nothing that fancy. It seems like a lot of stuff, but it's actually not worth a lot of gold. It's nothing really that impressive. And let's take a look at the rankings. This is where some people have been kind of not super happy about, but the top 500 will get a 7 yellow Logan alongside with the varying red stars. And so this is jumping the gun a little bit, but I think what this means is that basically every single time this event comes around, we're only going to be getting 500 people to get 7 yellow and thus presumably kicked out of the leaderboard for the next time. So anyone that's in the top 5,000 will be able to get a 6 yellow Logan and also an upgrade token of level 70, 6 yellow, gear tier 13, 6664. What's really interesting about this, of course, is that if you happen to unlock them early, through the 4-star on the milestone, it's entirely up to you if you want to wait until the event payout to actually upgrade him. because, you could get this stuff for free, hypothetically, right? If you score in the top 5K, you could get the upgrade completely for free all the way up to gear tier 13 and not have to spend the gold to do all this stuff. But, a lot of people aren't going to wait, I think, for the end of the event, which is in 10 days, plus however long it takes to pay out afterwards. The point is that it's highly possible that free-to-play players might be able to score in the top 5,000. That's a lot of people, and I don't think there's actually 5,000 spenders, personally. And so I think that there is a possibility that if you do D10 max packs, maybe I'm not saying you will, but I'm saying there's maybe a chance that some of these people might score in the top 5,000, because I just don't believe that there's over 5,000 people with 5 yellow and all the characters in order to get to D11. That's just my personal thoughts. The rest of the rewards aren't super impactful. It's nothing that amazing. But yeah, here it is. Let me know what your thoughts are on this part in the comments down below. I'm going to be running this ASAP on Friday, and because unfortunately the way that leaderboard ties work is the first person to get that score is going to be the first person who gets the highest on the leaderboard. Basically, if you have a tie, it's the person who got there first. And it's kind of garbage, but that's just how it works, and they haven't decided to change that. So I'm going to go on my phone and, try to finish D10 max packs ASAP. So, at least I have cleared it earlier on. And then maybe after that, I might decide to record for some content if I want to. But that's the Old Man Logan trial event. So top 5,000, best of luck to everyone. And that's that. The second thing that I want to talk about is going to be related to the upcoming... actually, I said three things, actually. I said Datamines. But let's talk about this first. So there is a new Datamine that I uncovered today that talks about a new poll for Moon Knight and Morbius. Now, this is going to be the third poll, I think, on these characters. We had a poll with... I'm pretty sure... no, we had a poll... this is our fourth poll, actually. So we had a poll that determined Karen, the character, right, from all the reporters and whatnot. And then we had a second poll, which was this one, which is talking about Man-Thing versus Werewolf by Night. Man-Thing won, right, if I'm not mistaken. And then we had a third poll, which was determining the mentor, which was this picture here, Elsa, Morbius, or Dr. Voodoo, of which Morbius won. And then now we have a fourth poll, which I want to bring it to you on my Discord server here. So this is my Discord server in the Datamines section here, down here at the bottom. Character poll 2. So for a limited time only, blah, 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 polling. But it says, choose between Morbius or Moon Knight, and the character with the most votes will join Karen for each vote. So basically, we're choosing who's going to get reworked between Morbius or Moon Knight. And this is going to be the fourth poll for this team. They've been doing so many polls on this team that I think, honestly, at this point in time, we know that Black Panther Shuri is on the horizon. She's in the flash screens of the loading pages and things like that. So I think that after that, there's a good chance that this team is coming right after that, or it's very soon after. So I think we're looking, honestly, at this team within the next 2 months, which is going to line up with the timeline to when Bifrost will have been out for a year. And I think that this team is absolutely going to be the Mystic Raid team. And the one thing is, normally there's 2 reworks. It could very well be 1 rework and 4 new characters, but typically lately these days, they've kind of committed to like 2 reworks and 3 new characters. And so we have Man-Thing and Karen as the 2 new characters. And then now we're either going to get Morbius or Moon Knight. So that's 3 characters, right, that we know of at this point in time. I don't want to just scroll the Mystic, especially towards the bottom, maybe. Like in terms of other characters that could be reworked onto this team, like, I almost wonder, like, are they going to do Ghost Rider OG? The only reason why I say that is just because they've had a hard-on for, like, Ghost Rider characters lately. We've had, like, 2 Wolverines back-to-back, honestly. Like, a reworked Wolverine and then Old Man Logan. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if they just decide after Cosmic Ghost Rider recently, they just like, fuck it, we're going to rework Ghost Rider, or it very well could be Dr. Voodoo as well. Honestly, who knows at this point. Let me know what you think that could be in the comments down below, or do you think it's going to be a 4th new character? I do want to talk about, though, the other characters, the new characters that it could be. And the first one is going to be Dracula. And Vlad Dracula, yes, he is a character in the Marvel Universe. We're talking about vampires. I think this honestly makes the most sense, aside from the other character who would be Blade. Now, we could get both. So it could be 4 new characters and 1 rework. But I think that if we're going with a 3-2, it could be one of these 2. Which one makes more sense? I don't know. It could be Blade. A lot of people want Blade to come to the game, but I think that Dracula could also be coming to the game. I'm not going to say which one I want personally, but I think that one of these 2 would make sense to me. Although it also makes me think that Scopely doesn't always have a lot of sense when it comes to choosing their character, so maybe it might not be any of these characters, and it'll be completely out of left field that none of us can guess. Who knows? But let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Would you rather have Dracula? Would you rather have Blade? Or if it's neither of these and you think it's someone else, let me know who you think that one is going to be. Now, finally, before we end the video, I do want to talk about basically a lot of the data mines that I picked up on last night. There's a lot, particularly the Alpha Flight Showcase. This did, it talked about a little bit about how this would be a little bit different in the text here and new difficulties. There's been like 5 difficulties in this one, I think a little bit more than the other one. So, and then of course, with the new knowledge that there's going to be tokens added to this from the token blog, that's going to be interesting. North Star is going to be the first character coming to Alpha Flight, which very likely is going to be in the blog tomorrow, but also that we're going to have his offer sometime next week. So keep an eye out for that if you want to start building up your Alpha Flight for the Spotlight raids. North Star will be the first character coming. This is interesting because, well, I feel like North Star should have been released in June. So for those of you who don't know, North Star is gay, and I feel like he was a planned release, or I think, for June, which is Pride Month, and it feels like that's not actually happening now because his offer now, his free-to-play event may land in June, but his offer is not. And also the June month-long event is data mined as well. We'll take a look at that too. Battle Pass Season 22, that's the next one, is going to be Cosmic Ghost Rider. Now, why? It's kind of weird because I feel like this is going to be coming out like as the Old Man Logan's event is ending, so you won't be able to get to take advantage much of this. And I feel it's a bit of a slap in the face because you won't, if you're missing Cosmic Ghost Rider shards, you're not going to really have much time to collect his shards before the Logan event ends. But that's just my thoughts. And then we have Homeward Bound. This is the June month-long event. You can kind of see it here. Participate in select June events to earn diamond orbs, fully crafted gear, 18, 16, 17, mutant gear, blue 5 ions, the usual stuff that we would see in the month-long events. It's not a character. So this is the second month now that they haven't had a character related in the month-long event. So does that mean that they're actually moving away from this kind of release method? That's possible, right? If we get a third month in a row, I would say that probably makes sense. But in terms of the theme for this one, I mean, I don't know what the theme really is here. Homeward Bound does not sound like a Pride month long. Not that they necessarily need one. I thought that they did last year, actually. I thought they had a Pride themed a month long, but I can't remember. I think it was with 2 years ago is Dazzler. Honestly, I don't remember what they Evolve, of course, came out during Pride Month, and so I'm not sure what they did in terms of the month long. I can't remember now. And then we have an upcoming event which is going to be after this Mystic Mercenary event. So this is going to be the first one for the month of June, called Sins of the Father. This is the second Dakin event. There's actually going to be 2 of them. It seems to be because he's a 2-star release that they're going to be giving some shards next week in the Mystic Mercenary event, and then some more in the following week, which is going to be this event called Sins of the Father. This one's going to involve spending campaign energy and using Spider Society characters in raids again, and a web milestone for playing raid battles and spending incursion energy. Now, none of these have leaderboards. So the next week's event and this event do not have leaderboards. So they're actually skipping, apparently. Usually leaderboard events are every 2 weeks, but this one is not. This is Mystic Mercenary here, earn Dakin and Mystic Gear, Dakin shards and Mystic Gear. And this one is going to be through spending the event campaign energy for the web milestone. And then also we're going to see ISO 8 campaign energy coming back for the main milestone, as well as battling in war and bonuses for using mercs for money characters. So that should be on the blog post tomorrow. And I'll have obviously an event video for that coming on Sunday or Monday, whenever the day before the event. Normally I put that out. And so these are the items for the June month-long event. They're called dog tags. Here's the different the items. Weapon X helmet, which is going to be for Sins of the Father. And these are the names for the next 3 events after that, which we can surmise that this is probably for Alpha Flight. So Cracked Picture Frame is going to be for the Great White North event. Empty Root Beer, which is going to be for the Guiding Light event. Pickup Truck Keys, which is going to be for the On Guard for the event, which is actually a call out to the Canadian National Anthem, I'm pretty sure. And we also have some new changes to the upcoming war season as well. So there's going to be call out buffs and stat bonuses to city hero allies, as well as defending Hero Spider-Verse allies. So those buffs that they gave to new warriors is basically given to Hero Spider-Verse. You can kind of see here plus 20% primary stats to defending war ready Hero Spider-Verse allies if not exhausted, spawn with 2 safeguard, offense up, defense up, and 50% speed bar. So that's interesting, and I think this is going to be a completely separate video where we talk about that war season and all the characters that this applies to. Tangled Web, Spider Society, of course, who are like your newest ones. Old Web Warriors, but there you might get some. You're probably gonna have Spider Society and like a Tangled Web mixture hybrid that's going to include some characters there. Hero Spider Verse, so there might Void Knight is actually also Hero Spider Verse. Gwenom is Hero Spider Verse. So you might see like a mixture of Hive Mind and Tangled Web, minus Noir, because they would all get these bonuses, and I think it could be quite brutal. So we'll see about that. And there's some other stuff here. Of course, some bonuses to Alpha Flight because they're a Alliance War defense team. And so that's all of the data mines. That's all the stuff that I have. It was quite a lot, actually, honestly, and I just wanted to bring it to your guys' attention before my blog video, which will be my next one tomorrow at 2 p.m. So that's everything, everybody. Have a great rest of your evening, and get ready for the Old Man Logan event. This is going to be my final video, I suppose, of the precursor before the Old Man Logan event starts, and then maybe, depending on how that goes, we'll have some more talking about that over the weekend. Depends on how bad the event is. Maybe it's bugged. Who knows, right? Scopely land. But that's going to be it. I'm going to go get some food. And until next time, stay safe and healthy. I'll see y'all later. Boilon, signing out.